All right, so in this video, it's an excerpt from a training that I did at Humane Society Truckee, Tahoe with their volunteers, centered around teaching tricks with the shelter dogs, just kind of getting the dog's brain engaged, working with them in other unique ways other than just walking the dog. In this particular clip, you'll see me working with a dog, Becket. I had never met Becket. I'd never worked with Becket. This is the first time in the video that I'd seen or worked with him. I later found out that he was, at the time, one of the more difficult dogs for staff and volunteer to handle. He is a young, very rambunctious, very high energy dog. He's friendly, but he's hard to handle. And so you'll see the dog that comes into the room with me is very all over the place, kind of bouncy and just crazy. By the end of the video, he changes a lot. You'll see kind of that progress and that change. I try to talk through what I'm doing and that process he's going on and working with dogs like that. It's kind of fun to see that change, that transition. Hopefully you enjoy it and dig this kind of video.
Sure. Hi, bud. So immediately I saw he's very focused on this, so I'm going to take this off. It's not that, I have to wear a treat pouch. So again, observation. What do we see? We see a much more high energy, outward focused dog. Is it wrong? No, it's just different. It's understanding the dog in front of you. So, and if you notice too, what am I, or maybe more importantly, what am I not doing? I'm not really interacting with them. That's intentional. Like even if I were to go into his room, I wouldn't be, especially, I don't want to reinforce this. I don't want to reinforce that. I want kind of a little kind of breath in there. So this is good as I talk with you. This is not by accident. I let him kind of linger. I like this. He's gravitating toward me. He's giving me a little lean. It's all information. He's not afraid of me. He's not shy. He's very people-oriented. He's taking it all in. This is good. I like this. And he's settling down already. He's already coming down. I haven't interacted with him. That's not an accident. That's very purposeful. So as we do this, let's make it easier on myself. Do that. Let's go. Are you a kibble dog? Hi, buddy. Hi. So let's see. Do you like kibble? You do. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, I dropped it. So.
Is there any way to teach them how to sit while they're harnessing?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can teach any dog to do anything. It's just a matter of time. Here it's a little tougher just because, as it was previously brought up, there's how many people in here, trainers. If it was just you doing it, you'll see results faster, very relative term. This is great already. He's been in here, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and he's much calmer. So I'm going to start just clicking, and look at that, the immediate attention on me, just associating that sound with this behavior. And again, I'm observing. He's rough taking treats. Like that, the front teeth, okay, that's fine. But his focus is really good. He's not giving me eye contact. That's fine. It's all information that I'm taking in. He's very focused on my hand. That's fine. It's all information. Sorry, buddy. Oh, I dropped it. And just even how we hold the treats and deliver the treats is a skill. Like, that's something I see a lot of people fumble with. Is like, just practice that at home by yourself. It's just fiddling. But you can see, we already have a conversation going. We had a conversation when we first came in. It was not very focused on me. That's why I ignored it. He wasn't talking to me. He was jumping on me and, hey, what's going on? But his conversation is now on me. Let's see. Depending on the dog, for the most part, I tend to do this. It gives me information, and it gives me a little more control. If the dog truly is snapping and biting, I wouldn't do that. So I'm going to, just like I did with, was it Levi? Last one was Levi. I'm going to get down again. Let's see how that changes the conversation and see what that does differently. What's his name again? Becket. I like that name. Oh, hi, buddy. You know your name. So getting down, you see the immediate change. He hopped up, got a little wigglier. You can have it. It's right there. There you go. He's getting softer with his treat taking. And part of this is good. Like, he's having a hard time finding the treat in my fingers because he's so out there. It's information. So literally, the treat's there. I'm not moved. There you go, buddy. Nicely done. It's all information. It's taking in who is the dog in front of me. Two very different dogs we just had. But already, he's come down several layers just by ignoring. Just by letting him settle in. Right, buddy? Let's work on something. Let's work on... Well, I was going to... Probably not leg weaves, just because...
How to harness it without giving me a bloody nose.
Well...
What's a leg weave?
It circles around your legs. I hesitate with that just because of the leash. And if so many people, that would be tough. So with that...
Can we maybe try to teach him place or something?
Sure.
So we can teach him his place on his bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have something we could use?
I could grab his cot.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, if that's something that would be helpful. Yeah, it's because all this stuff is tricks, and you can see, again, observing the dog. He's calmer. When he came in, he was wound up. He was excited. I can't say I blame him.
The harnessing is the issue with him. He's a bopper.
Don't be so focused on walking the dogs. That is the first mistake. Don't. If he's jumping like that, don't harness him. Don't go in the room with him. You saw it. 2-3 minutes. He changed. And this is more exciting than that. Don't go in the room. Like, just don't. Oh, I know. So with this, I'm going to click him when he gets on it. And then I'm going to feed. Actually, let's switch over. I'm going to go to the higher value. Oh, do you smell that? So let's change this up. I'm going to slide this just for the cameras. I think that'd be in the camera site. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey. Oh, nice. That's fun. So any interaction he gives with this bed, he's going to get a click, and I'm going to feed off of it to reset that behavior. If he's already on it, it's hard to get him on it. So with this, how I use my body is going to have a big impact with how he interacts with the object. So if I move over here, I'm venturing to say he's more likely to get on the object. If I just stand here, he's less likely to get on the object. So I'm going to... And again, as he's jumping on me, he's problem solving. He's jumping on me because that's gotten him paid before. How do I earn that paycheck? What do I need to do? Does jumping on me get it? Nope. Does sitting get it? Nope. And I see you got a question. I'm paying off the bed. What he does when he gets the click is what he's getting paid for. You see it? We just hit it. We just hit it. Like he's starting to figure it out, even as I'm talking to you. Like he's figuring, what he does when I click is what he's getting paid for. I'm engaging his brain already. You see it. Like I don't have to move as much. He's figuring it out. How I deliver the paycheck, the treat, affects the behavior. So by feeding off of the bed, I'm resetting that behavior. So let's see if he can think. And if you notice, when I'm What I'm not doing, I'm not really interacting with him. I'm not telling him what to do.
You're not looking him in the eye.
I'm not,
Hyper-focused on you.
right. And this is all intentional. He's an intense dog. He doesn't need a lot of input from me, so I'm trying to give him that minimal input. You get a little frustrated. I see it. But you can see he's figuring it out. So you can feed in place. I'm going to flip that up just so he's not getting on it. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done, buddy.
And then how, I mean, a click is a click, so
Yes.
how do you know that the click is to be on the bed, or the click is to sit, or?
We want to be consistent with what we are focusing on. If I am changing, like if I'm in his room and he hops on the bed, I click, he hops off the bed and sits down, I click, and then he lays down and I click, and then he jumps up and then he gets down and I click. Cool, that's good. Go in there with intention.
One behavior at a time.
Yes. If nothing else, but for the human side. You know what to look for. And I'd venture to say for him, 4 on the floor is a great place to start. You know what to look for. And I would encourage, whenever you're building a behavior, think of it as a staircase. Our finished behavior, in this example, him sitting quietly on the bed as you open the door and walk in the room. That's our finished behavior, that it's a matter of building that staircase. Have in mind, have in mind the step you want to work on as well as the next step that you want to work on. If you don't know what to look for, how do you know if he's done it? And how do you know if he's doing well? If you're in there and you're clicking everything, cool, but that's not actually helping anything. But if we just go in there, I want 4 on the floor, maybe not even him sitting, I just want 4 feet on the ground, cool, and then maybe my next step is him sitting, cool. That gives you something to focus on, and if he's not doing it, okay, what can we do to get it? And maybe that's too tough for him. Maybe we got to make something easier. Question.
So, as volunteers, we come in differently. What if we could put on their chart, this is the behavior we're focusing on this week, 4 on the
Sure.
floor. Everybody's going in and working on the same thing. Not I go in and work on 4 on the floor, Steve goes in
Yeah.
and works on play,
I love that.
Carol goes in and works on sit. That's not going to help. So would that be possible, is to have notes on their
So
board?
the paper that we print out, we would probably
Or
do
put it on
something
there.
new on there as what the focus is.
It's on the door.
But also on
On their board.
Yeah, on their board.
Oh, on the board, yeah.
So
That
we
really-
haven't been changing it very often lately, but we could definitely do
That
that.
really
as a focus.
does
So we all focus on the same behavior. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
scattered, and we never learn.
Today I'm working on,
This week,
today I'm working on 2.
Yeah.
I know for me with the dogs, when I go in and do traits specifically, I always put the train to, or I heard what you guys do it.
Yeah,
Train to dog, I think it's very small. And then I put that next to their piece of paper, and then underneath it, I use the Sharpie, or not Sharpie, the dry erase. And I write each of the tricks we've done. With Becket, I know I've got him to the point where when I leave, I do this, and that says stay. He sits on his bed, he stays, I leave the room. And he does not budge.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's the consistency. I go in with him every time I'm here, and that's it. And I walk around his room and I don't leave the street until he gets into that sixth day.
Does he know a down?
I don't think I've got no, he doesn't know paw.
Okay. I'm just thinking, again, him being a very upward focused dog, a down, and that gives you something to learn too, to teach a down. So let's teach a down. So see if I can get him sideways. To do this, treat magnet, treat in between the hands. I'm going to go to his nose, and I'm going straight down in between his feet. I'm watching for any level of lowering that head. His butt might pop up because he's not used to that. That's very common. It's information. What we do with that information makes a difference. So I'll see if I can turn them so you guys can see. So straight down, boom. So the click, if you notice, the click came early. Even though he went into a down, the click came early. I don't want, when I'm first starting, to assume that he's going to do it. Because he didn't do it there, and if I waited, well, you laid down last time, I want to build that behavior, build that value.
You know, if I kneel down in front of him like that, I would get like,
Sure.
oh.
But again, my conversation with him right off the bat was dramatically different. I represent calm. It's very different. Like as soon as he came in here, I didn't talk to him. The conversation is very different. Don't go into the room when they're acting like that. Plain and simple. Don't be focused on walking them.
That's a good point.
Hi, buddy. Nicely done. Hi. Oh, what do you think? Did Sarah leave? I know. She left. Hi. And you see, it's already getting better. Because we're clicking early enough that we're building that. It's interesting, too. Again, information. He stretches his left leg first, then his right leg. He's not wrong. It's just information. Most dogs have a dominant paw. He's probably left paw dominant. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done.
Can I try?
I was about to ask, somebody want to give a try? So first, when you enter into his bubble, ignore that. You can come in, but ignore that. Grab some treats, grab kibble, or I would probably use the kibble and then a clicker. Do you want to work on the down? Or
I want to work on the down.
okay. So treat in between the fingers and then straight down. Boom, click, click. Yeah. As soon as you start seeing those elbows go down, click, especially his left one. As soon as you start seeing that elbow, left one, touch the ground, click. And if you notice, his behavior is a little different. He's going more to the side because the treat delivery is coming in more to that side.
Oh.
You're hesitant.
Oh.
You're nervous, and you're coming in, and you're aiming at his right
And I'm
shoulder.
right-handed.
That's changing his behavior. Again, our mechanics affect the dog's behavior. So see if we can go straight down the middle. Boom. But again, tricks do so much. Yes, we're focusing here, but it's also the human side. Let's try teaching him a rollover. Just watching, yeah, absolutely. Watching that lean, let's try a rollover. Let me throw it out there. How do you think we would teach a rollover?
Put the treat in your left ear and then roll over on the ground and make him fall.
So the trick with it, how we use the treat, where we place the treat has a big impact on the behavior. We want to go down. I like that. That was good. That's interesting. It was right paw. He's been doing left paw, but that was his right paw. It's all information. And this is stuff that I'm noticing and taking in. Whenever I work with dogs, I see all this stuff and take this all in. So we'll get him down. Then watch the treat. So I'll release there. It's down here. Hey, it's down here. Okay, he'll get that one. Now, I want to take it straight back. And his hip rolled, and release it. So we'll go from here, straight back, close to his side. I'll give a click there. He's doing good. And then from there, we want to go over. And this can be a tough one. Going on your back can be tough for dogs. So let's try this way. Boom, there you go. There you go. So again, I don't want to expect that full behavior, but if we go down to the side, absolutely. Boom. So I watch his butt, his hips rolled. Boom, you got that. Rolling on your back can be intense. He might not get there. Some dogs, I mean, that's a scary thing. So to expect him to do that, but if we build positive association the whole way through, he's much more likely to do it. Right. So we might not get it. But again, to show that how to build, so go down, So you're getting a little distracted. There we go. There we go. Oops. So then take it in. Watch his hips. Hips rolled. Already his shoulders started to roll. So we go back. And this is luring. And then from here, yep, he's hesitant.
On the back is it vulnerable?
Absolutely. So it could take time of just building that confidence of rolling to a side. And we get in trouble, the human side gets in trouble when we look for too much. If you take your time, hi, can you sit? If you take your time and build that confidence, that optimism of just going down and then going into a hip roll, get that hip, watch the hip, boom. That this is a good thing. Like this might take a few days and you linger here just doing this. And then look for the shoulder to roll over. Boom. I mean, look at that already. Look at that. Yeah. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. That was awesome. That was great. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
You're showing behavior that I've been told not to do. Oh, that's so good. Does that get him too excited, or?
I don't know who's telling you what to do, so I can't comment on that. Right. My relationship is very different right off the bat with him. If you've noticed, I did that. Where's he at?
Sitting, chill. Good point.
Right off the bat. And that's why I said I've worked here for years. I could walk that hall. Can't now because they don't know me. I could walk that hall. I represent calm and something very different. We're seeing it here. I've known him for 10 minutes. I just riled him up. And I did it quickly and short. And it didn't go too long. And we stopped. He doesn't need a lot. Right, buddy? That was really good. Absolutely. And I'm ignoring. It's all intentional. I'm not very casual, unintentional with what I'm doing. It's all intentional. It's that purposeful interaction. I mean, you could see it. This is a different dog than what came in. Right, buddy? Hi.
Better than I thought.
Yes. And the brain. We're getting that brain working and doing what? A silly, stupid rollover. When in the world does he ever need to roll over? Never.
If he was on fire.
Right? Stop, drop, and roll. Absolutely. Right. If he's ever on fire, I think there's a lot more going on. But we're seeing a difference. Like the dog that came in here is very different than this dog right now. This is a different dog. The relationship that I have with him is this. I saw him through the window 20 minutes before we started, and this is it. Like this is our relationship. It's that. You need to bring him home now. Oh, Bagheera would be in heaven. Bagheera would be like, "This is amazing." Hi, buddy. Questions?
Do you recommend if we just want to go in and hang out with the dogs, does putting them on a leash help control some of this behavior in your opinion, even if you're not walking them?
It can, absolutely.
Especially with jumping.
The room is it's a more controlled environment because it's smaller, but absolutely, if it's really bad, yeah. If it's just nuts. If it's just nuts, sure. But honestly, I wouldn't go in the room if it's that bad. But I encourage, this stage, go into the room with a leash and a harness and don't use it. That becomes a trigger for dogs. They see a person. Steve's here. Yes! Wait, he's got a leash and harness. Yes! The door's opening. Yes! Best day ever! And it's like, dude, just go in there and sit down. So they're like, Steve's here. Cool. Nice. Good to see you. Cool. So, yeah, take the leash and harness in there, even if you're not using it. You don't need to. I mean, it could be that you leave it outside, For some dogs, and I venture to say him, if you take it in there, it'll become a toy. Like he's going to grab it and try to tug with it, and then you're going to get frustrated. Quit playing with the leash, and oh, he just destroyed the leash, and he just ate his harness. Don't take it in there.
But over time, once you get into that calm state, then you...
Absolutely, yes. Like Levi, right? That was the first dog? Yes. Why not any, like this dog?
This is a whole different dog.
Absolutely. This dog, yeah, I would go in with a harness and leash with this dog. The one that came in the room, probably not. But him, hey, can you focus over here? Thank you. Hi. But I love this because you're seeing it real. Like there's no magic here, but this is something you can do. I saw a hand.
What is stationing and middle?
Stationing is,
Oh, okay.
it's broad term for like place, go somewhere, do something, behavior, stationing. And what was the other one?
Middle.
Middle, that's what I call like where the dog goes in between, like this is middle. And then like Bagheera has a middle on the move that I can go in the middle and then we can move. And then Bagheera is really good that I can back up, we can turn, we have middle on the move. But middle, I like middle because it changes that conversation with us. Some dogs are hesitant to interact, but a middle, value with you, proximity with you is huge. You can't get much closer than in between your legs. Some dogs won't recall, but the middle is a powerful one. So great, let's work on that. And look at that, drop the leash. I want to drop the leash with the dog that came in. This can be a tricky one because it changes the conversation because we're asking the dog to work from behind us. Most of the training that takes place has taken place here. That I venture to say, if I turn my back on him, he's going to try to get in front of me. So let's see what he does. Most dogs are used to working here. So this can be tricky. To teach it, there's a couple ways. I can either toss a treat and get him behind me then set up. What I'm going to try to do is get my hand with a treat between my legs, let him see that and lower him through. As soon as his nose crosses, think of my knees as like an invisible laser beam. As soon as his nose crosses that, click, and then I'll release that and then toss another one to get through. So we'll see how this goes. So get that through. Oh, I should have tossed, I know. So again, get that through. If you notice too, I'm not holding his leash. Hi, buddy. But I like this one because it changes that conversation he's having with us. It's not just here, it's here. He can interact with us from behind us. And especially a smart dog like this, you're engaging him in a different way. We're building value with us. Can you sit? Nicely done, buddy. Can we do another down? Can we down? Oh, look at you. Look at you, pro. Let's try can we go down again? Oh, you want to go the other way? Oh, am I confusing you? My bad. That was me. I was asking too much. Oh, this way. You want to go this way? There we go. Nicely done. Can we go over? Oh, that was a little much. My bad. How about this way? Watch the hip. Can you get the hip down? Nope. I'm going too fast. My bad. It's all information. It's information. Just because he did it before, obviously he doesn't know it. And if we expect, well, you did it before, why aren't you doing it now? How I think informs how I interact. I'll get frustrated. He's not wrong. Watch. There we go. Get the hip. Can we get the hip? Nope. So when he does it wrong, he's not wrong, he's just not right. I remove it, reset, so I take that lower away. Oh, you're wrong, okay, I'll reset. So we'll go back down. You go that way? Or are you going this way? Nope. Can we go down? Hi, buddy. Oh, I dropped a piece.
The hardest for me was actually the way it was very brought up. It was mentally very challenging. I mean, having the tree, doing the right thing,
It's
clicking.
tricky.
Remember when I always forgot to click?
Yeah, because you get busy watching what the dog's doing. It's like, oh, that was me. Oh, wait, I should have clicked. That's where the better you get with your mechanics, the better it is for the dog. And as you can attest to, I know it. As I work with Steph as a client, that she got better with her skills, and Axel got better with his skills. And I know I make these look easy. This is literally my job. I do this. I've done it for years. I've done it a lot, and it's easy for me. So I know I make it look easy. And there's a lot. Let's take a break. Here, you count some free ones. There's a lot of things that I'm doing that I'm not necessarily saying, but that I'm watching and just paying attention to. If I were to kind of analyze and give all the information, I would be talking a lot, and it'd be hard to actually show and say everything I'm doing. So I'm trying to give little insights of what I'm doing. Just like when he came in, that ignoring, just that I didn't interact, that was intentional. It wasn't like, oh, I'm busy talking to you. Question?
So,
Hey.
one of the things
Hey.
that we try to do, perhaps the word task is the wrong word, as volunteers, is quiet time.
Yeah.
So, when we're doing quiet time, I mean, we can use things like ignoring the jumping, waiting till they're calm and enter. But then sometimes I've been in here with the quiet time with the dog, and they're just going to listen.
Sure.
You know, they love sliding on the floor. So,
In here?
Yeah, because in there it's more confined. But
So I would probably, it's all information. Everything the dog's given us is information. The dog we brought in here would have been doing that. I would leave him on leash and just kind of be calm with him. And it could be I just stand there.
So you don't necessarily need to teach them. Just be calm.
Not actively. Like I'm teaching, we're having a conversation even though I'm talking to you. Like he's connected.
So every time doesn't need to be a lesson of sitting or down.
No, just this.
Yeah.
Like just
Rewarding by non-rewarding.
absolutely, just being there, and just my even this, like we talk about like clicking and what if dogs like this is a paycheck. I haven't clicked, but you could see it. He's digging it. He's liking it. Some dogs don't like being pet. It's all information, but I'm taking that in and paying attention. What is he giving me? What is he saying? Like he likes it, so I'm calm, quiet. And it's that information. What is it the dog needs? It could be maybe I hang out in his room longer because, okay, I brought him in here. He's not settling down. Okay, let's go back into the room. There's just maybe there's another meet and greet out there. Whatever's happening. And he's like, duh. Maybe he just had something really exciting happen. He's at the end run, so maybe someone was just in the yard and he's amped up. There's so many variables. I see you, buddy. This is not an uncommon thing with dogs with me. So, but it's a conversation, and it's going to be different day by day, person by person. So I love that you brought him in so that you could see this. And this is one of the more difficult ones, right? Is this a difficult dog? The dog that came in here, sure, absolutely. But it's that conversation. Hi, buddy. You are a sweetheart. It's that conversation that we have with him. We're always having conversation. That has such an impact. And that's one of the big things that I love about clicker training is the conversation. It invites us into that conversation with him. We're not just standing there watching him. We're actively involved in it.
I don't know how much time we have. This is technically not a trick, but one of the problems when we walk dogs is the pulling. Is there quick tips you can give them how to
So whenever, for me, the initial phases of walking, have a clicker, Whenever polling happens, I bet you I can incite a poll. Let's use the bigger ones. For me, polling happens, I'm going to stop. Walking stops, or polling stops the walk. So I'm going to incite a poll here by tossing a treat. So I toss it. So from here, I'm going to watch for one, nicely done, one of two things. His release of tension, release of tension, or he gives me attention. He actually did both there. So let's see if we do that again. What do you think, buddy? Try that again. So toss out. So got a poll. So from here, I'm watching release of tension, or he, that was really good. That was really good. Nicely done. Nicely done. There you go, bud. Oh, dropped it. Here you go. There you go. There you go. And then from there, I click. Again, what he's doing when I click is what I'm paying him for. So if he's pulling, and some dogs will back up so they can pull harder. Cool. If they're backing up, click. And if dogs savvy with that clicker, they'll hear that click. Wait, what? Their attention's going to be drawn to you. Then from there, I'm going to dispense treats here, on whichever side. There's a trainer, Susan Garrett, love her stuff. She talks about feed the seams. We got seams in her pants, and she literally touches touch, feed. So your hands are close. If I'm feeding him out there, dogs go where the value is. That's literally putting the value over there. I want the value right here. Touch the seams and feed. Touch the seams and feed. So as he's pulling, as anybody's pulling, walk stops. And then I'm watching for release of tension, or he gives me attention. And some dogs, they'll pull, and they'll kind of look back at you like, what's going on, dude? Click. Some dogs will look with their ears, like they're pulling, and they're kind of listening, like, what are you doing? Click. I'll capture that. That's building value. You're giving me attention. Cool. Like they won't actually give you eye contact, but they'll look with their ears. And with ears like this, you're more likely to see it. Like there's other dogs that it's harder to see the ear look, but click and then feed next to you. Dogs go where the value is. And if there's more value here, he's going to want to hang out here. At the same time, too, I don't want to just wait until he messes up to then pay him for not messing up. If we're walking along, why not pay him for this? Or even if we're walking along like this, it's not perfect, but he ain't pulling, pay him. Click. Here you go, buddy. Oh, I know, right? Don't wait till he messes up to then pay him. And that's what a lot of people do. Oh, wait till he pull. Some dogs will pull a lot, but the more consistent you are. Some dogs I've worked with, it's literally, they pull, they come back, get the treat, step, click, get the treat. But eventually they start getting it. Wait, A, pulling doesn't get me where I'm going, and B, there's more value hanging out with you. Dogs go where the value is. If you're the value, dogs are going to hang out with you. Did that answer the question? We're a little over time, but I'm good with, I could go all night.
I have one more possible dog if you guys want to try.
I'm good to keep going. Are we? Yeah? Sure? Yeah? Nicely done, buddy. Thank you. And don't forget his bed.